Welcome back, Motives, to the Shades of Tone. I'm happy you're here. Today's episode is about integration. Not doing more, not trying harder, not fixing yourself, but becoming someone new through awareness, self-trust, and alignment. Over the last 3 episodes, we explored why people-pleasing forms, what it costs, and how to disrupt it. Today, we talk about what comes next. Who you become when you stop abandoning yourself, how connection changes when it's honest, and what peace actually feels like when it's real. This is the episode about choosing yourself without losing your heart. Integration is when insight becomes embodiment. It's when you pause before reacting, you notice your body, you choose honesty, and you stop performing. And at first, integration feels strange, not empowering, strange. Because you are breaking emotional habits that have lived in your nervous system for years. So if you feel awkward setting boundaries, you feel unsure who you are without people pleasing, you feel emotionally exposed, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're becoming someone new. And becoming always feels unfamiliar before it feels natural. Let's talk about identity. Many people pleasers don't just have this habit, they are this habit. They've built their sense of self around being the helper, the fixer, the strong one, the emotional anchor. So when they start setting boundaries, they don't just lose behaviors, they lose roles. And losing roles can feel like losing identity. You might wonder, who am I if I'm not the one holding everything together? Who am I if I'm not always needed? Who am I if I stop performing emotional labor? The answer is not someone colder. The answer is someone truer. Someone who gives from choice, speaks from clarity, relates from honesty, and lives from alignment. And that kind of identity feels quiet, steady, and grounded. When people pleasing softens, relationships change. And that can be disorienting because many people pleasers are used to being needed, being relied on, being emotionally leaned on. But healthy connection doesn't feel like obligation. It feels like mutual respect, emotional safety, balanced effort, and honest communication. In healthy connection, you don't have to guess. You don't have to perform. You don't have to over-explain. You get to be. And here's something important. Some relationships will not survive your healing. Not because you're wrong, but because those relationships were built around self-abandonment. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you evolved. We need to talk about grief because growth always includes loss. You might grieve old versions of yourself, old dynamics, old safety patterns, and old expectations. And that grief is real. You're not just changing habits, you're releasing who you had to be, who you thought you had to stay. There is sadness in realizing I didn't always get to be myself. But there is also freedom in realizing now I can. Both can exist. As people pleasing fades, something else grows. Self-trust. Self-trust is quiet confidence. It sounds like I'll figure it out. I can handle discomfort. I'm allowed to choose myself. Self-trust doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means fear doesn't make decisions for you. And over time, self-trust builds a sense of stability, calm, and emotional safety inside yourself, which is something no external validation can replace. Let's pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself gently, who am I becoming? What parts of me feel more alive now? What feels lighter? What still feels tender? There is no rush. Integration is not a race. Living without self-abandonment doesn't mean constant boundaries, emotional distance, or isolation. It means honest communication, conscious choice, and emotional responsibility. It means you stay with yourself in moments of discomfort, and that changes everything. If you stayed with this series, I want you to know this work is not small. This is nervous system healing. This is identity transformation. This is emotional liberation. And you're allowed to take this slow. You are allowed to stumble. You are allowed to learn in real time. Because choosing yourself does not make you selfish. It makes you whole. And wholeness changes everything. If this series spoke to you, take what resonates and move gently. Awareness is not a demand, it's an invitation. As always, love. To respond to a question, make a suggestion for an episode, to be a guest, or give feedback, reach out to us at info@tonemotivates.com. You can also find us on social media at Tone Motivates on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and at Shades of Tone _podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can find us at tonemotivates.com, where all of those links are as well.